and welcome back to a review. This is an odd one. This is the 2016 Armor Up Baymax, and this is not all that it includes. There's actually a lot more mass that I have off camera, which I will show a little bit later on, but we're going to look at the base figure that is included. As I said before, it is from 2016, and this boy got some glare. We're just going to have to put up with it. That's life. Mine is a little, not dirty, but just faded. And he is quite the dad bod of a boy. Real quick, let's just real off the bat get Tahu out here. So, here's Tahu. You can see he's about, I don't know, maybe Pohatu height. Tahu's not standing up perfectly straight, but you can forgive him. He is the Toa of Fire, and sometimes fire is not perfectly straight. I don't know where I'm going with this. And his balance. It's a real issue. This is where you're supposed to fall over. Oh, it's a real issue, see? But I actually had the hardest time getting him to stand up to film this. I originally had everything else included laid out all pretty like, and he just kept on falling on it and messing it up and knocking it on the ground, and I was just like, screw that. And that's basically all I have to say about him. He's a chunky boy. He's white, flabby. His arms look very weird, but I'm okay with that because of the gimmick. Articulation-wise, it's okay. His legs can go that far back and then about that far forward, but you can kind of do some weird stuff with his stomach to make it go further. That gets stuck a lot. It gets stuck like that all the time, which can be mildly irritating. And they can splay out, so that's nice. You can do some break dancing. And then arm-wise, it's okay, he has 360 at the shoulder, and then like a 180 sort of deal as well. A little bit further, he can backhand you. And it looks like he should have a bicep swivel, and I thought he did, but I can't get it to move. I think it's static, which is a little odd. And his head can, ooh, that was not the best noise, go 360. That's basically it. I mean, he has some, like, eggshell white. Now, this is only about half of what's included. It also comes with all this armor. That's why it's called Armor Up Baymax. And we will armor him up now. So, push all this off frame. It's again quite a bit of armor. I kind of don't have space for it. We shall start off with his chest plate. It's a little scratched up. Forgive me. You can see it's quite large. It could fit on Tahu. I'm not going to show that off because I don't want the video to become some strange Bionicle fashion show. That would just be weird. Here it is. It has some nice purple. So this is like port. And it has the like magnet spots on his back. Pretty cool. You just split this open. And then you grab your boy Baymax, and I guess this counts as articulation, but his stomach and his back are on strings. I believe they're on strings, or are they just ball joints? They're just ball joints, actually. And it's very interesting. You can see that it pops out, and you can rotate it around. So you're supposed to rotate this 180, and then flip it back. And same with this one. This one can be a little tricky. You kind of have to do some scary bending and then tuck it under. You don't want it to be all up in his face. You want to tuck it under like that. Make sure everything's lined up. And now he's that one chunky dude who's like, I have pecs. So then you line that up, pretty easy. Line that up. And he has big armor now. This crotch area can be a little weird to line up sometimes. You can see it unlines every waking moment. Now we can start off with his sick kicks, which is made up of 6 pieces. Let me find all of them. And you can see they're kind of weird. So what I like to do is just kind of connect them in advance. So that's what the inside looks like. Snap them together. And they look pretty nice, you know. They have some black for the feet, and then this like joint detail. It does its job, and then you get the armor piece and connect it. Pretty good. And then you connect it to the swivel, which is pretty interesting. So you just move his legs like that, and then snap it into place, and it lines up pretty dang well. And he's out of frame, but that's alright. The same one is exactly the same, just mirrored. So you get it all together and snap it into place. There we go. And he is extremely tall now. There he is. Now we can get into probably the most complicated part, which is the arms. Each arm is comprised of about 4 pieces. Here they all are. And these can be a little bit more tricky. His fists can actually split. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, that did not sound too good. It's all fine though. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can either, I guess, attach his fist like this. You just make half his arm, which I would not recommend doing. I generally like to keep his fists connected. And then, again, this part's a little weird. Why do flies have to appear? Okay. So this can be, again, a little tricky, so just kind of line it up. It should kind of guide itself. I want to make sure his thumb is behind this port. And then get his fist, kind of tuck it under his original hand. There we go. And then connect all of this, make sure that is lined up properly. And there you go, you have his arm. And then make sure you get the right armor piece. You can tell because of that, obviously, the one angle. And there is a huge spider web. I did not even realize that. And there you have one arm, pretty well detailed. The circle lines up really well, pretty nice. And his joint detail, again, is nice. Everything is pretty well painted on this. Most Disney stuff, generally, is pretty well designed. A little pricey, though. Then we have the other side, which is pretty much the same. You still want to be a little bit careful, but, you know. Pretty easy. Doesn't take a boy genius to figure it out. And there you have him. He's looking pretty cool, pretty epic, as the 2010 kids would say. And then I guess now we can put his wings on, which are pretty easy. You just, I mean, you can see what's happening. My viewers are smart. They're intelligent beings. And there you go. They're his wings. And then I always like to finish with the mask, which gives him, you know, the edgy look. And it's pretty easy to just put on there. And there you have the fully armor up Baymax in his armored up form that is fully armored up. And he got quite a bit larger. You can see Tahu now. I'm gonna have to kind of adjust my... Oh no. I'm gonna have to adjust my lighting. Oh no, what is going on with this? There. Bro. Truly a bra moment. I don't know what is going on with my lamp. It just refuses to stay in place. There we go. There we go. Whew, that was scary. I lost my moon remote. How am I going to turn the moon on? So now we can get Tahu out here, and you can see now Baymax is quite a bit taller than Tahu. Quite a bit taller. You can see, let me kind of straighten out Tahu here. There we go. You can see Baymax towers over him, which is pretty impressive in my opinion. Baymax basically doubled in size. Not in height, but just in mass. He at least doubled in size. He's very solid. You would think he would feel very light and kind of airy and cheap because all the pieces were so hollow, but it's really nice plastic. Pretty durable plastic, and he actually feels very solid and armored up, which is pretty cool. And he fixes some of the problems I had, because like his balance is really nice now. You can just place him down. You can just place him down. It's so nice. But biggest issue is it reduces his articulation quite a bit. So his wings, which are new, can splay out. They're not very frictionful, but they're still nice to have, and they make him very swooshable. They should kind of be more like that, but it's just low friction right now. Kind of unfortunate. His leg articulation is completely gone. He can do a little wiggle, 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 but that's it. Very unfortunate. And then his arm articulation is also reduced to just 360. Oopsie. Really close to the camera. I'm going to back up. And he still has his head articulation, which is quite nice. How did that happen? He also has a little bit of purple right there on his like antennae. That's basically all I have to say about him. Pretty interesting little man. I believe he was about $20-ish in 2016. He might have been 30. I've been saying a few different prices, somewhere between $20 to $30. I personally found him a lot on discount, and he's pretty easy. I mean, I don't want to endorse Amazon, but you can get him on there for like $20, and even cheaper from some other places. But he was often on discount, so you could get him for like $15 a lot. And I would say he's worth it. He's pretty big. He's like, I don't know, 8-ish inches tall. Pretty large figure. He's more like 9, actually. What I would say he's worth it. He's very fun, especially for younger kids. Pretty durable. His armor will fall apart a lot, but it won't break. Like if you do a super punch, it will often like do that, which will be annoying. It actually was not too bad. I love that always happens on camera. But sometimes his arms will just split and will just totally like fall off, which isn't too big of a deal, but it still happens. Something to be wary of. So yeah, I would recommend him if you can get him for a good price, but he is pretty dang common and not too expensive, but pretty fun, especially if you are a Big Hero 6 fan. And even if you are an OG Big Hero 6 fan, I think he could still kind of fit in. He has that more serious look, I guess. And that's all I have to say. So, peace out.